Hey, what is going on? Welcome to Beautiful Star Podcast YouTube channel. And it's me, Antoinette. Yes, I am live again. It's a beautiful, beautiful day where I'm at. The sun's about to rise any minute. And so, I'm on my positive morning vibes right now. You know, telling you guys, say your final goodbyes to all the petty drama in your life. You know what I'm saying? Whether, it's something that's directly affecting you, something in your circle. And it's like if you have drama and all that stuff in your life, right? Then you want to start to remove those layers, remove the things that's causing drama. You feel what I'm saying? Whether it could be a person, whether it could be, something that you doing that's attracting the drama to you. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes we have to work on ourselves, right? And change some of the things that we're doing, you know what I'm saying, to have a different outcome, right? That's a better way of saying it. Because the reality is, I always say this, right? Every day is a new day. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that you don't like, you know what I'm saying? You can change. Whatever it is that you don't like, you can change, right? This is not like, no, you don't have to be a science rocket ship or whatever, right? Science, whatever the fuck that saying is. All right, okay. It's early in the morning. Okay. Um, yeah. So basically, like, it doesn't take that much brain power. It doesn't take that much knowledge to actually start over. Right? It's not hard. You know. It can be a challenge. It's challenging, right? It may feel uncomfortable or whatever, but it's something doable, right? And it's something that could be beneficial to you, right? Um, when you constantly have drama in your life, when you entertain in the drama online, when you do that, then little by little you're taking away from the positive shit that's going on in your life. Like you're creating, you're gonna allow that to over spill into your life. Like if it's not your drama, like let's say you online, right, and you entertaining some bullshit. Like while you entertaining that bullshit, right, you could have been working on yourself. You could have been doing something that, your future self would be like, oh yes. You know what I'm saying? Like you could have been doing something presently now that, can have a significant impact in your life, right? And, the type of impact that will cause the change, that will cause change. Because at the end of the day, like, there's no reason why, you should be, like, doing the same shit for, like, 20 years. Like, come on. I'm just saying, right? 20 years doing the same things, 20 years getting the same results, 20 years unhappy. You feel what I'm saying? Like, um, and today is a new day. All right, today is a new day, and let's start this day out, with some positive intentions, with some positive energy, with a positive mindset, you know, knowing and believing that today is going to be the day where, you know, we have a breakthrough. You know what I'm saying? Where um you won't be entertaining the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Today's a day where you not going to entertain the petty drama. Today is a day where you focus on, your personal routine that's gonna get you, where you need to be in your life. You feel me? Instead of, you know, um, going into this cycle, And when I say the cycle, like going back to old ways, of handling problems, or even like your day and shit, right? Some people's days just consist of, doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? And the key thing is like, like being proactive. Like, I know a lot of people's schedules and like everything is different now, but I feel like, where we at in this world, right? I feel like um everyone should be used to what's going on already, right? We can't change nothing that's going on in the world right now, you know. But there's some things in our life that we could, that we have control over, right? You have control over, how you react to things, how you respond to things, right? You have control over that. You have control over what you're going to do for your day, right? Whether that be, oh, well, you know, instead of you instead of you being angry and being mad about some shit that happened yesterday, even last week, even a year ago, like, you know what I'm saying? If you holding on to anger, if you allowing someone else to direct your emotions, to control your emotions. Let me drink some water. Like, if you allowing someone else to control your emotions and shit like that, you feel me? Like, you have control over, your feelings. You have control over your emotions, whether you want to believe it or not, right? Some people are just drowned in their shit. They don't know if they coming or going. Like, you know what I'm saying? One minute they happy, next minute they crying. You know what I'm saying? It's just they have no control over it. But you do have control. You can control like your emotions. You can control your thoughts. You can control those things. You know what I'm saying, right? You could control how you the things that you're doing, right, repeatedly, right? Don't start the day off cursing somebody out, being mad or angry, or like sending a text message, sending an email, responding to like the petty shit, you know? I feel like the best thing that people could do is like, you figure out solutions to your problems. Once you have them solutions, you move the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? There's no need to keep going back and forth, like, and I understand, like, people are in situations that they no longer want to be in, right? I understand there's people out there that's just like, oh, well, I'm in this situation. I'm living with this man. I really don't want to live with this man no more. But, that's my circumstances because I really ain't got it. I don't have it. And I understand, sometimes us women, we got to do what we got to do, but my question to you is like, when will you have it? Like, you feel me? Like, for all those women out there who make that excuse, who's with a man like for financial reasons, because it's like, at the end of the day, everyone, likes to glamorize this, okay, yeah, well, my man is taking care of me type of vibe. Like, oh yeah, well, I'm in a relationship and he's financially, able to take care of both of us. And, like, I don't want to say like the gold, I don't want to talk about like, oh yeah, gold diggers or whatever like that, but, like a arrangement type of shit, like, you know, yeah, so like for someone who, you know, have had, men take care of them their entire life or whatever, right? But then when you cross that threshold where you start to see how some of these men are, using the money as some type of power where they can control you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and then you no longer have say so. Like, it's all cute and, oh yeah, girl, he bought me, a Louis Vuitton bag. He paying my rent. He giving me this, this amount of money. He's doing this. But once he's withhold it, you feel what I'm saying? Like, or once the dynamics of the relationship changes, once maybe you could be in a situation and you still could be taken care of, right? He could still be giving you money, but you just you don't want to be there no more, like, and that's fine. But I feel like, like starting to plan for yourself, like whatever. See, this goes beyond even being in any kind of relationship. This is something that you could just apply to your life, universally. Like, you could apply to the different areas of your life, right? This is something that, you don't have to be like, oh, well, this is only, relationships. No. But anyway, but start to make a plan, right, for yourself, like an exit plan, or, even like little goals, like even to try to see yourself 6 months out or 5 years out, and see how it, see how you want it to be in your life. Like, see how you want your life to be in the future. That's a better way of saying it, because, I'm live, so I'm liable to say any fucking thing. But you know what? It's all good. It is all good. Okay? Because whoever this message is for is who this message is for, It is what it is. Like, yeah, but like, try to see yourself. Like, even today, sometime today, like, sit down and try to see yourself 6 months out or 5 years out. Whatever that shit is. You feel me? And of course, seeing yourself in a positive light, doing what you want to do. Don't be sitting there seeing yourself 6 months out beating some motherfucker's ass or doing some dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Try to get even with your baby daddy. No, this is an exercise for you to visualize yourself doing good, in a better predicament, right? If your apartment is the issue, because a lot of times people be feeling like, I got to get out of this environment, right? Got to get out of this environment. Visualize yourself living somewhere where you want to live at. Where you want to live in a house now. You feel me? Like, but visualize something positive. Visualize, I don't want to say, oh yeah, visualize you getting a lump sum of money. No, visualize how your life is going to be. Like, think of a typical Monday. How would that Monday look? Like, even getting up in the morning, even seeing yourself in the shower and shit. Like, that's something to, like, think about and shit like that. But at least it'll give you like a feeling of, like, it'll make you feel better, right? And then you could look at your circumstances and you could actually start to, it will help you along the process of, planning your fucking escape. Like, whatever it is you're trying to fucking escape right now. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of us, we are going through stuff. We're dealing with things and we just need a fucking way out. Right? And, sometimes it can be the things, our habits, the choices that we're making, right? Because sometimes we like to blame other motherfuckers for shit that's going on in our life, for the shit that we caused. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all have an active role in our fucking life, whether, you being manipulated or not. I don't give a fuck. Like, I just feel like, because we're not stupid. Like, us women, like, for, all those who listen to me who are women, because I do acknowledge, it's men that listen, but it's cool or whatever. But yeah, like we have to just start, being accountable for whatever it is that's going on in our lives and the choices that we made, and even being accountable for like the change, like trying to, like, whether, because sometimes, you may got it all together. You may have, you may have money. You may have, your own. You may have the ability to, start over, you know, because you got money and shit. But you don't even need money to start over, shit. I started out. Listen, you could start over with like just a penny, son, like that ass. Like, you could start over like with absolutely nothing. You could literally, create something out of nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like on some dead serious shit. Like, now, will it feel? It's gonna feel. It's gonna feel uncomfortable at first, but fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the type of person, like, I truly believe in starting over and starting over from nothing. I started over with nothing. You know what I'm saying? I did that shit multiple times. But it's nothing to be fearful about. You know what I'm saying? It's something new. Like, anytime you do something new, yeah, you're gonna feel, those kind of emotions, but those emotions fade. That shit go away. You know what I'm saying? Like, within a week of doing some shit, you're gonna feel like adjusted. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just gotta make it happen or whatever. I should have put my water in a water bottle. I got my fucking water in this little plastic cup like I got a drink or some shit. I should have definitely got me a big water bottle, because I like to have some water, some H2O. H2O. Oh. Yes, but, say goodbye to the petty BS. Say your final goodbyes to it. Be like, yo, I'm not entertaining the dumb shit this morning. This is not what we doing. Okay, I'm not going back and forth with my baby daddy. I'm not going back and forth with a friend who did me dirty. I'm not going back and forth with a liar. Okay, I'm not going back and forth with somebody, with a coworker. We're not doing that today. All right? Like, it's all about, the positive vibes, right? It's all about eliminating those things that are keeping you motherfucking upset. You feel what I'm saying? Like, just, I understand, like, this whole thing, like, when you go into work and stuff like that, and there's some people that you got to work with that you really don't want to work with. Well, you could just eliminate, the attitude that you have, or eliminate those, the feelings that, get you, upset, right? And think about, what you got to do with that money. You feel me? Because if you got to pay rent, you know what I'm saying? If you got to sustain your life, buy clothes, do all this stuff, then you're going to have to, be positive. You're going to have to, like, do what it is that you have to do, right? But at the same time, right, if you don't like a fucking job or something, and that's something that you want to fucking change, then you have to create a plan to get the fuck out, straight up and down. Like, or, whether It could be that, oh, you just want to get out of that position and you want to be in a different position, or you want to totally move the fuck on to a whole nother organization, period, doing something else, because there's some people out there who, have been in certain career fields. Like they have, like, if you have someone who may have been a lawyer and they like, I don't want to do this shit no more. It's some I don't want to do this no more. I want to be a nurse, or, I want to be a real estate agent, whatever. Right? So they start to create a plan to get out of the situation, right? What's the first thing that you could possibly do if you really want to, shift careers and shit, right? You sign up for school or some shit, right? You're, you know what I'm saying? Well, actually, like, you'll do the research, right? Because the first thing you could do, this shit is easy now. This ain't the 90s where you got to go to the library and, actually, look through the old newspapers and shit like that to find opportunities. Like, that shit is at your fingertips. That shit is on your cell phone. Like, okay, instead of, and it's that simple. It's just that simple. And kind of research, like, okay, what is the process, right? How long is this going to take? What do I need to do? So I just feel like it's that being active, you know what I'm saying? That being proactive in your life, that, actually making moves and shit. You feel me? Because it's like, I ain't going front, even I get lazy. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this whole quarantine shit and everybody routine has been kind of like, on the flip side, because people are home. Because it's like, damn, how do I be motivated at home? How do you be motivated at home? Like, if you're working from home, right? You just have to, I feel like you just have to create that environment for yourself. You know what I'm saying? You just have to create it. And, for people who can't get out of their house for whatever reason, it's like little things that you could do in your house, right? You can actually work out, clean up, reorganize things, right? Set up your workspace in your house. Because it's like, if you working from home, or even trying to get a job now where you working from home, because there's a lot of people out there, they like, yo, I don't want to go to no fucking office. I'm not trying to go to no building. I want to stay home, right? And having that, like, adjustment and shit, right? But, like, you could create those spaces in your house, like, even if you have one room and shit, right? Because I understand, like, see, people out there just don't want to really talk about the harsh realities of shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it could be like tension in your own motherfucking house. And that's why it's like, I see why there's a lot of women out there that, or a lot of couples and shit, they breaking up and shit, because now they, you know what I'm saying? Like, they all together and shit. It's like a lot of personality clashes, right? And then other times, this bring, families together, right? There's a lot of families who actually went into business, whatever. But anyway, I don't know. I brought that up because I was thinking, like, there's people out there who's actually, like, there's 4 people to, like, a bedroom. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're talking about a room, just a room. Like, it could be like a studio apartment or some shit. You know what I'm saying? You have 4 people who's staying in that one space. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, how can you really, you know what I'm saying, make something like that, feel different, like the energy and shit. And I just feel like, you could decorate, the space, right? It's certain things that you could do, right? And then also, like, keeping the home peaceful and shit, right? Because at the end of the day, I feel like if your home is not peaceful, if there's a lot of chaos and drama, then that's going to bring you down. That's not going to make you feel, you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like, creating that space where there's harmony, like, I think when you have spaces like that, I think it should be a lot of like social activity. Like there should be like games being played, or like reading and shit, like like you guys doing activities and shit together, right? I just think I could see it being, something working out like that, just to bring like to make it like peaceful and shit. Because it's crazy if you have like 5 people in one room that don't fucking like each other. Oh man, the tension is thick. Like that is just not no good ass energy. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's good to be able to laugh and, you know, you know, say something silly and everybody, laugh, or have interesting conversations, right? This is a time when, the older people should be talking to the younger people, telling them things to that they experience, telling them, about life, right? What they've learned. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like now is a different time for us moms, as even like if we have kids, like homeschooling, right? Because a lot of us are homeschooling, because every other fucking day, like the schools are closing. You know what I'm saying? So I think like, creating a structure, or creating this, positive environment, or creating a routine that, you could follow, that's, bringing you, what I'm saying, bringing you closer to, your loved ones, and doing something that's going to benefit their future and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, although I never experienced really homeschooling small children, but that's something I always, wanted to do, right? Like setting up, like, because I always was the type of mom that bought like the little like the chalkboard and shit, put it on the wall, and put like my son's room when he was little, it used to look like a fucking like a school. I had all the math stuff up there. I had words. I had like everything. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like, if you have time, and you are home, you know what I'm saying? You got small kids. Set your house, and you homeschooling. Set your shit up like a school. You feel what I'm saying? You know how the school has fucking first, second, third period. Do that shit. Like, have everything structured. You know what I'm saying? Even though your child is doing like, online remote shit, it's stuff like you could set up the environment in the home. You know what I'm saying? So it'll make homeschooling like, remote learning, because that's the term really, because they remote learning when they doing the online classes and stuff. But I just feel like with small kids, I feel like it should be a routine too. Shit, you know how smart your child will be? Like, like these, you could super smart, man. Super, super smart. But, like, even with that, like, for all the women out there, who, you know, who are doing that, I commend you guys. That's why I'm like, you gotta stay positive. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stay focused on what's really important, because chasing no man that don't want you, that shit ain't fucking important. You know what I'm saying? Taking care of yourself, taking care of your children if you have children, taking care of, your responsibilities. Now we're getting older, right? Some of us are in this position in our life where our parents are getting older and they're about to, transition, right? And then our children, whether, they're small or we have adult children, you know what I'm saying, it's still like you are going through like this phase in life where, your energy is being pulled, right? Because on one hand, you want to, make sure your parents are good and shit like that, or the elderly people in your life. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that things are going good, because it's like the reality is, right? Some people who do get older do have like, all these medical elements and all these medical conditions. That's the right term, because I'm liable to say some whatever, but all these medical conditions, or, they have a little bit more, you know, medical appointments that they have to attend, and they need somebody to, assist them with that shit, right? And I don't know, this should just trigger the memory, right? Because, it's, of course, like, you want your parent to be, doing good, and, you don't, you want to be there to support your parent and shit, I mean, at least I do, because, I know some people out there who had a fucked up ass childhood, and they could really give a fuck about how they parent is doing now. And that's the harsh reality of it. Like now, like when you get to a older age in your life, you feel me? When you get to that older age in your life and shit, you realize who you was there for and who you wasn't there for. You realize, you know what I'm saying? Or you might just have a fucked up ass child who just don't want to be bothered. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, but let me finish this shit before I forget what I was gonna say. But like, so you want to take care of, like, at least me, like, I want to be there. Like, I tell myself, like, yo, I'm gonna go to my mom's house at least twice a week to make sure everything is, good. But of course, with all this stuff going on, and working and shit, shit happens, right? But just to make sure, like, the bills and everything is paid and shit, right? Those things is important, like, to be able to, assist your, your your elder parent to, like, the store, or even just picking up shit for them, or making sure everything good, they got their water and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that, because the way things are going on in this world, you don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. That's why I was like, that's all us. But anyway, cause my mind gonna go blank. Like, yo, I forgot. I'm not having that today. Nah, I'm not doing that, cause I was talking and I just forgot. But yeah, so right. But that made me think about, right, cause we, like, I want to help my mom and shit and do shit for her, right? But when you have your own family, and when you have those other personal shit too, right? When you still gotta go to work, when you still gotta, take care of your children and shit like that, some of that shit becomes a challenge, and then your energy is being pulled, because it's like, you just have to balance shit, right? But that's when you think about, right, all these other people that come into play, right? Like the outside community, how, like, like the home health aides, right? That's when their job become essential. Like that shit is essential, like in terms of like it's something that's needed, right? And I don't think people should be the fuck. Yo, I need a water bottle. I don't even know why I played myself by putting this water in a plastic cup. Like, what the hell? Damn. That's some bullshit, yo. Cause I'm the fuck. I need some more water. My mouth is dry. Like talking and shit is like nobody told me about like when you be talking and stuff. My be getting all fucking dry and shit. But anyway, right? So anyway, to make a long story short, well, it's not even a story. Okay, let me get to it because I think I'm taking too long coughing and shit, whatever. So, anyway, I feel like a home health aide, right? That's an essential job. And a lot of people like to downplay this fucking, job and shit, trying to make it seem like, because I remember when I was in college and shit, right? I think it was the homelessness in America. It was some course I was taking. It was a sociology course, right? Or whatever. Um, so we was in there, like in these college classes and shit, right? We be having like some, interesting conversations, right? Like, um, you know, that's that's, a part of whatever the topic is of discussion, right? Sometimes, you know, um, the conversation can be a little bit off of whatever the course is about. But anyway, long story short, right? So this girl was like, she was trying to talk about like home health aides, trying to compare that shit to slave. She was like trying to compare that shit to slaves and shit. Like she was like dead ass, like, oh yeah, well this job is, kind of like, being a slave and all that shit, No, 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 no. See, let me get it together, right? So she was talking about it being close to how it was when I'm sorry. She compared it to like how um it used to be when, um in the South, when you had like, black women who worked in white families' homes, right? She took it from like, oh yeah, this was like a slavery thing, right? Being a home health aide is like a slave, and then being a home health aide is like working in a white family house in the 50s or 40s. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, did she just really like say that shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, how is that like a comparison when you have someone who comes in the home to help um, assist your elderly relative, whether it's your parent or your uncle, to do things that are not able to do anymore? How is that? How are you comparing that to that? So it was just like this. It was weird to me because I was like even though I was in my 20s and shit, it just came off as like, oh yeah, that's that type of work you don't do and stuff like that. Like, what are you fucking saying? Like, the elderly people need support. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like, they grandchildren ain't going in there helping them wash up. Them grandchildren is not going in there, helping them fix a meal and shit. You know what I'm saying? Helping them take their medications when they forget. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, no, this girl didn't. I was just like, I don't know. It was just weird. Because I'm like, all right, so I guess you going to be taking care of your elderly relative um or your mom's or your father, whoever. You feel me? Like, because they need to be taken care of too. Nobody's thinking about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Nobody really thinks about the fact that there are there are elderly people out there who do live alone, right? And they don't have no family that even reach out to them, do nothing for them. You know what I'm saying? And they need support. They need to support. You feel what I'm saying? Like, life is still happening. They still need to pay their rent, and I'm pretty sure they not technically savvy with it. Like, they know how to use a motherfucking computer now. Don't get it twisted. There's some elderly people out there that know how to do all that shit. Okay, all right. But for those who don't, for real. But yeah, but I feel like all work out there should be celebrated. You feel what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck because at the end of the day, it's needed. It is needed. And for her to make that comparison is just, I don't know, it's crazy. But but I'm sure if someone asks her to write a like 100-page essay or some shit, she'll probably be able to write that shit. But but I'm just saying, like, I feel like that is needed, you know, and yeah, or whatever. But that was the point I was trying to make in terms of, right, you have the ability, right, to say goodbye to the drama. You have the ability to always start over. You have the ability to look at life from a, you know, a positive perspective and shit or whatever. What today is? Today is Saturday. I had to look on this shit because I don't think I'm gonna be on here for too long. Because I'm gonna definitely do something this morning. But yeah, throwing those positive vibes, you know. Look at life from this aspect of, you know, knowing that you can actually change your shit. Okay, you have the you have the absolute power to change your life, to change your circumstances, and although everything doesn't change overnight, but it changes over time. But at least you're working towards it. You know, that's always important to see, and then also to acknowledge when you do, you feel me, when you do like make those changes in your life. You feel me? Give yourself the credit. I know there's some people out there, you know, they like, oh well, you know, they're not used to talking positive and, you know, being positive and stuff, but today's a new day, man. It's time to do something new. Be grateful about life. Be grateful that you have the opportunity to make a difference, right? To change your life or whatever. But yeah, so let me do this plug in, right? So every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I do a live course. It's live. All right. This live course is titled Mindset for Manifestation. Learn how to tap into the power of your mind to get what you want. Definitely sign up. You know, after taking this live course, you will know how to eliminate that mindset that's keeping you blocked. You know what I'm saying? Because the reality is there's a lot of people out there that's their blessings is blocked. They're blocked. And sometimes it's like, yo, it's your mind. But yeah, so that live course is every Wednesday. If you sign up for it on Tuesday and do, you know, make the payment and all that, because this is a paid live course. This is only $47, you know. that's not really doing shit. You feel me? Like, but yeah, you sign up for it on Tuesday, you pay for it, you be in it for that Wednesday. But if you sign up for the live course on Wednesday, you'll be in the next week course. That's how that works. So, because I know people out there, they get a little confused and shit. And then they be like, sending all these emails. Oh, well, I paid for the course, why I'm not in it, why I didn't get no codes or nothing, or no links to the live course. And it's like, if you paid on that Wednesday, you're not going to be on that live course for that Wednesday. You're going to be on the next one. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that works. But this live course is definitely life changing, because I've noticed that the mindset is really the reason why women are keep making these same choices or doing these same things. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, right now you could kind of like Google manifestations, manifestation or whatever, and go on YouTube and see all that shit, all videos and stuff like that. But most of the people who see that stuff, and they really don't apply none of it to their life. You feel what I'm saying? Really not doing nothing with it. And their lives is just the same. You just end up being a fucking fan. You know what I'm saying? Because the reality is, if you just watching something just to watch something and you're not changing nothing, then you just a fucking fan of whatever it is that person is doing. You feel what I'm saying? And my thing is, right, invest in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Invest in yourself. Learn as much as you can. Apply as much as you can to your life. You know what I'm saying? You could go out there, you could self-teach yourself, you know what I'm saying? But I just feel like this is years of actually putting in the work. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather always will go to somebody who actually overcame something I'm trying to overcome, or who actually reached that threshold. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like a lot of times, especially like on this YouTube platform, a lot of people put emphasis on the wrong things. Like emphasis on the wrong things. You know what I'm saying? Rather than, focusing your energy on the message, focusing on your energy on like looking at shit and being able to apply it to your life, or being able to, see it. Because it's like sometimes people will say something, but if you don't get like a visual image, you can't really connect the two sometimes, right? And there's some people out there who actually won't know how to do anything unless they see somebody like demonstrate it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, like, when they read certain shit, it's like it's not making sense to them. You know what I'm saying? You ever see somebody who do like, you ever been in a work training? That's a better example. You ever been like in some type of work training and shit, and the training's over and shit. They done taught you everything, right? But you just waiting for the demonstration. You waiting for the actual, the practicing. You know what I'm saying? You want to practice how to do it before you actually do it. Or you want to see someone actually physically doing it, rather than, or see like the directions, like the outline, the instructions on how to do whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people are visual. They need to see somebody doing it or whatever. But yeah, I think that if you guys out there are serious about whatever it is that you're trying to create in your life, I would say focus 100% on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, focus on it. That's what I could say to you guys, right? And right now, right now, right? So every Monday, I do on Beautiful Star Podcast, I do motivational. Right now, motivational episode 45 is currently streaming. On Monday, motivational episode 46 will be on. So definitely, you know, come over there to that platform and listen to it, because it's definitely a lot of information. Okay? It's over 40 episodes, you feel me, of, information that you can utilize into your life, that you could incorporate, let me correct myself, that you can incorporate into your life and see changes. Okay? Because I'm like, I'm live. I'm liable to say anything. Shit. But, yeah, definitely check it out. Go to the Beautiful Star Podcast YouTube channel, and there should be a link there that say Beautiful Star Podcast, and that will take you to one of the links to Beautiful Star Podcast. But you can listen to that this podcast anywhere where podcasts are being played. If this is your first time listening to Beautiful Star Podcast YouTube channel, definitely subscribe and share this video and like it, guys. Help Beautiful Star Podcast YouTube channel grow. Be a part of the growth. You feel me? It always, like, it helps. So definitely be a part of that. Yes. So, and another thing, right? There is a monthly empowerment group for women only. The Get Back to Me, Get Back to Life monthly empowerment group. If you want to be a part of it, sign up for it. It's not, and it's all about us women, right? The women that are in the group get together. It's all about empowering each other. Having conversations about growth, change, and transformation. Like, really, putting the work in. You feel what I'm saying? And we hold each other accountable for our goals, for the shit that we set in our lives. You know what I'm saying? Keep you, on top of your goals. You would definitely, will receive messages, that you could apply to your life, right? Because that's really what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I know there's a lot of groups out there and shit. They be fronting, talking about, oh yeah, this is a supportive group, all about, women empowerment. Yo, I've been in some groups where literally all they fucking did was sit and talk about somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So, I get it out there. Like, a lot of women, have been, been done dirty to. Been, we have had other women out there that violated us, like, disrespect us and, did some dumb shit or, violated our trust. Like, especially like when you tell someone something in confidence and secret and they tell everybody, or, they'll bring it up when you have an argument or whatever like that, or, they want to make you feel like shit because they feel like shit. You know what I'm saying? That saying, misery loves company. So because they miserable, they want to make you miserable and shit. And it's like, nah, this is not what that group is about. You know what I'm saying? This is not, a place where, we're doing all that venting about the fucked up shit that other women have done to us, or even, men in that sort. But it's more so of the things that, that we could learn now, that we could do now, that could further keep us evolving, keep us transforming, keep us on that path and in our womanhood. You know what I'm saying? On that path towards womanhood and on our womanhood. You know what I'm saying? Because the reality is, like, a lot of times, you know, people are not in their womanhood. You know what I'm saying? They still operating like a little girl and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, the reality is, like, yo, we can't older. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't, like, yo, us women, we getting older, right? So certain things, like, we're not going to stay young forever. That's the reality is, we're not going to stay young forever. Like, yes, you could put on makeup. Yes, you could be catfishing all day long. Okay, until the sun go down. You know what I'm saying? You get up early in the morning, you know what I'm saying, throwing whatever your throwing whatever your style is. However you want to look, however you want to project yourself with it. You know what I'm saying? You could throw on that, you know what I'm saying, that Malaysian wig, that shit that go hang down past your ass. You know what I'm saying? You can have the titties sitting up all day. You know what I'm saying? Put on a face full of makeup. You feel what I'm saying? Put on your high heel shoes and shit. You know what I'm saying? Put on whatever. Yeah, get up. You could do all that shit all day, but, you know, when the day is over, when your day is over, and when you settling down, when you going to sleep and shit, and when you spending time with yourself, all that shit comes off. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love to dress up. Okay, I got a drawer full of fucking makeup. Like, my shit is set up. Like, you know, I have everything set up. Like, I got mad, like, you know, crazy outfits, nice shoes, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I just feel like, you know, sometimes it gets a little misconstrued almost. Like, you know, like where you feel like you have to do that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like me, I'm the type of person, like, I ain't gonna front, like, I'm not gonna put on 2 hours worth of makeup. Like, I'm just not doing that. Like, unless I'm in the mood to, and I feel like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this shit, like, you know, or whatever. But like, before I do my walks and shit, I'm not like, you know, I ain't gonna front, like, you know, sometimes, you know, I do have a beat face or whatever when I'm, like, you know, doing my walks or whatever. But generally, you know, I like to, you know, have a clear face and shit. Because it's like, you get up, you know, you wash up and shit like that. You throw on your stuff and you know, go for your walk. Like, for those who are into, you know, being more healthy and shit. Like, you being more healthy, like, yeah. So you want to walk and shit and or exercise and stuff. And it's like, you can't be fucking exercising with all that shit on your face. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm doing a full body workout, ain't no way I'm gonna have all that shit on my face. Absolutely not. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like, nah. Like, being able to look at yourself in the mirror, like, naked and loving what you see, you know what I'm saying? Or, like, commenting on something that, you know, that you find attractive about yourself. But I understand, like, you know, there's people out there that just don't find themselves attractive. And I just feel like that's just a part of, you know, society. Like, in terms of, like, I feel like you seeing yourself from the views of other people or the views of what they think beauty is. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, a lot of times us women, we'll look at ourselves and then we'll see all these faults and stuff only because we're comparing ourselves to the next woman or what we're constantly bombarded by. You know what I'm saying? But the reality is like, yo, you're going to get older. That makeup ain't going to hit. You feel what I'm saying? The way it was hitting when you was 20. You feel what I'm saying? Like if you know what I'm saying? If you got some fine lines and all that shit going to look like what it is. And that's the reality of it. And it's like, as we get older, we got to be okay. We got to be okay with ourselves. We got to be okay with getting older. We got to be like more confident in ourselves. Where, you know what I'm saying? We don't need that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, you want to put that on because you want to put it on. But like, if you want fucking the episode of TLC, you feel me? Obsession. I'm obsessed with makeup. You know what I'm saying? I can't go nowhere without no makeup. Boy, that's a problem. Like, you feel what I'm saying? That shit is a problem. So, you know, because it's like, yeah, you know, that becomes a part of people's routine, right? But I seen motherfuckers who like, you know, like they morning routine, like they throwing the makeup on, right? But like, how does that, you know what, I'm not even gonna say that because this video ain't about that, but you know, we gotta be positive. Let's keep a positive attitude. Let's be positive about ourselves. Love ourselves 100%. Love what you see in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? Like, love every part of you. Because at the end of the day, when the day is over, when the night is over, because, you know, we all have different schedules. Some of our schedules is at night, you feel me? And other people's schedules, you know, is at a different time in the day, in the afternoon, like whatever. But once you ready to go to sleep and shit, right? All that stuff gotta be taken off. Well, for some people who don't sleep in their makeup, I mean, I would like to think, you know, you take off all that shit, you know, take off the makeup and stuff, because you don't want to go to sleep with that makeup on. You don't want to have no, you know, makeup on your face and you go to sleep, because that should clog up your pores and that could cause you to have acne and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you don't want acne or whatever. So, I mean, some people have acne prone skin, but you know, you got to take care of your skin or whatever. But it is what it is. But my point is that all that shit got to come off eventually. Like, you know, even, you know, being in a relationship, at some point, the person that you're in a relationship with is going to see the real you. Like, they're going to see you with no makeup on. They're going to see you with no bra on. They're going to see you with the Spanx off. They're going to see all the jiggly parts. You know what I'm saying? Especially if, you know, you guys are, you know, intimate. Like, all that shit is definitely going to be seen. So you have to be okay with yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta, you know, love yourself. You know what I'm saying? Love yourself. Love everything about yourself. You know? And that's what it is. You know? Because sometimes we could put our own selves down. You know? Fuck up shit in our own world. I think I'm burn some stage. It's early in the morning. I've been on here for all you guys that's currently now, watching this or whatever, definitely, let your presence be heard in the chat. How are you guys doing this morning? You know what I'm saying? What's the drama that you letting go of? You know what I'm saying? Well, what's your final goodbyes to, like, what drama you finally letting go of? All right, let it be known, or if not, you can keep it to yourself. For those who are listening to this on a playback, definitely, like, yo, what are some things that you guys are going to let's say goodbye to? I think I'm gonna burn the lavender incense. I was gonna do like this sage, but I don't know. I think I do. Well, I probably could do both. So I'm burning I have some lavender incense. It smells good. It smells very good. Who out there like to burn incense? And if so, like, what kind of incense should be burning and shit? Cause I know some people be like, oh yeah, it stink, like incense stinks. But some incense smell good. Like, you feel me? Like, but I ain't gonna front some of it. I don't want to say some of it, but you always come across something that smell nasty. Like, even with perfumes. Some perfumes you be like, oh my god, this shit is nasty. But yeah, let me know. Some people would like to they like having like the air fresheners and stuff like that, but I like the lavender. Then I had got some new some sage, right? And it's like different kind of sage. It's not like your traditional sage. Is like, I have sage with some roses on it, but I'm not like, I'm just burning a regular one now, but just a little piece, that's it. I like that kind of, like that blend, because the lavender is giving off a good ass smell. So I like that that sweet smell in the morning. I know some of you guys who are listening to this it's probably like a whole nother, it's probably the evening or some shit, or nighttime. So, but yeah. What are some things that you guys do for your morning? I'm interested to know what are some things that you guys do for your morning. Cause I feel like, yeah, your morning routine, like, that shit is, it's important. It gets the day going. Shit, or maybe a night routine, shit. Cause some of you guys, work at night, so shit, your day probably starting like at 7 p.m. or some shit. You feel me? But even just to start it, even like, with the positive energy and shit, like some people like to listen to music and shit. I know, like, I'm a music head, so I definitely like music. especially like, when I'm cleaning and stuff, I could definitely put on some old school music, you know, and just be cleaning and stuff. It's crazy because I listen to a combination of I'm talking about old school shit, and then I'll be listening to some rap, hip hop, um, R&B. I listen to all kinds of music, but I think that sometimes that could um, give a little motivation too. Like, you know, even if like let's say if you're the type of person you're like, oh well, I don't want to listen to, you know, the lyrics and shit. Like, cause some people, they are very like sensitive to certain lyrics. Me, I like it all. Fuck that. Like, I don't care. Like, I like all music, but you could kind of like put on a beat. Like put on like an instrumental, put on like jazz or the music that people listen to when they study, because they have like instrumentals that people listen to, like to you know for them to study, right? And you could put that shit on YouTube, like, oh yeah, study beats or whatever, but like just throwing on the beats and straightening up, you know your room and shit, making up your bed, like um just starting a day like that. You feel me? But don't start your day off cursing somebody out. Like some people start their day off cursing other people out on their voicemail. Like, come on, you still thinking about that shit? Like, shit. You ever had one of those mornings where you just wake up about to start your day, your phone ringing, and people calling you about some drama that they fucking experienced yesterday? You like, damn. You know what I'm saying? But some people like that juicy tea. They like, yeah, what? They just live for it. You know what I'm saying? They live for that drama and shit. Like, they live for the fact that, things aren't going right in other people's lives. Like, they thrive off of that shit. Like, oh, yeah. And it's like, I'm the type of person I want to see everyone that's in my circle having living their best life and being in healthy relationships and, thriving and overcoming, you know what I'm saying, the problems and their challenges, or get through it. You know what I'm saying? I love to see that. All that motherfucking, that other shit, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to see someone that I love always crying or, complaining. Someone who's allowing their life to be stuck because, of someone else that they giving their power to. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, if you giving your power away, and even your emotions, like giving your emotions to someone, that takes a lot. You feel me? Like, it takes a lot from you. It takes a lot from your current situation, like whatever you're trying to do, right? You know what I'm saying? Because like, if you in school, let's say you in school and you're going for your master's degree or whatever, that's a lot of energy that you have to put into that one thing alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, depending on what your major is, right? Because everybody like to say like, oh yeah, this online school shit is easy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it could be easy if like, you just, like bullshit in it. Like, because a lot of times people are right taking these tests and shit and they looking at the answers and shit, or they paying people to write papers and stuff for them, or they doing like the the easy route, like the I don't know what term I'm trying to use, but that shit, my mind just went blank on it. But anyway, but when you like really are in school or college or whatever, and you really are serious about the career that you in, and you really want to learn this shit and know how to apply it, you know, in that particular field that you in, you feel what I'm saying? Then that takes a lot of motherfucking time, and that takes a lot of energy, that takes a lot of reading, that takes a lot of studying, that takes a lot of writing, that takes a lot of practice. You know what I'm saying? And that is equivalent to your hours and your time. You know what I'm saying? So you have to put in a certain amount of hours into college to be successful in the field. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's really all about like that practice, like what you could do with the information that you are given. And a lot of people are not doing shit with the information they're given. A lot of people are legitly wasting $80,000 on these colleges, and they don't know what to do with these fucking pieces of paper. Because really, it's not really about the piece of paper. It's really all about the information and how you can apply it in the field. You know what I'm saying? And, whatever. But a lot of people ain't doing that. And it's like, like even with your life and shit, like you think about your life, right? And I feel like the stuff that we're given, you know what I'm saying, we're not really like utilizing the the stuff that we have in us, like, you know what I'm saying, like even like, because I did this this podcast, I think it was the last one, the Motivational 45, talking about the experiences. And it's like, you have experiences. We all have experiences of life, right? Because it's like, when you go to a job and shit, you know what I'm saying, they want to know, like, have you ever, what's your experience? Like, why should we hire you and shit like that? Like, right? You know, like, what can you offer us? Like, how could you apply what it is that you experienced to this job? Or how could you apply that, your, like, how could you apply, like, the education that you have to this job or whatever, right? But we have like life experiences, right? And it's like, we need to learn from the experiences that we're having, right? Because a lot of times some of us are just having the same motherfucking experiences and not even learning from that shit. Because it's like, if you've gone through an experience, right, and you know, you could dissect it, right, and take it apart and only taking what's going to benefit you now, that's going to help you in your life now, right? You know what I'm saying? That's going to push you to be better now, right? Like, and a lot of times, like, just being able to like learn like the lessons and anything that you've gone through, right? You learn the lessons, and then you move the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you move on. Cause it's like, if you have experienced being in a abusive relationship, you know, or just being in a toxic relationship already. You know what I'm saying? Being in a toxic relationship, like, How is it that you keep ending up with toxic men? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it that you're not seeing, or what is it that you're not noticing, or what, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is it that, that's leading up to this? Like, like, you got to be able to pull apart it, like, yeah, you have to be able to pull it apart and just like look at it a little deeply, like, because then you could like cancel out some shit, like, yeah. I'm gonna need some water because this is a sad day in history where I don't have no fucking water. So I should just get up and get water. Stay on live for a minute. I don't know. Nah, I'm gonna cut this shit short. Fuck that shit. I got things I gotta do. But thank you guys so much for rocking out. Definitely check out Motivational every Monday on Beautiful Start Podcast. And be positive. Say no to the drama today for good.